You're all welcome to the grand opening of the Fire Safety Company Limited, the Gambia. Before we start the official program proper, I urge we all pray in our individual ways, please. Let's pray in our own individual ways. Amin, Ya Rabbi. Amin, Ya Rabbi. May Allah answer to our prayers. Well, my role this afternoon is a very simple task. I'm just asked by my friend to just moderate the official opening of this grand launching ceremony of this. I believe if I can be corrected by officials of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, this is the first in kind in this in the history of the Gambia for such a company to be, officially inaugurated in this country, a fire safety company of this nature. I'll first of all like to introduce members of the high table. Well, the one very close to my immediate right is the CEO of Fire Safety Company Limited, Mr. Boubacar Jabi. Next to him is Madam Aisha Silla, President of NPP France chapter. Madam Silla, welcome. Sitting far right is Mr. Yahya Sonko from the Fire and Rescue Services, the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. And coming back to the middle is Mr. Alaji Seka. Well, the mic is not chief. Hello. Okay. Our official guest for this grand launching is Mr. Alaji Seka from the Ministry of the Interior. Mr. Seka, welcome to this grand launching. Ladies and gentlemen, we have, high-powered dignitaries among our midst here. As the program goes by, we will endeavor to introduce them one by one. But then, key among them is the Public Relations Officer of the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services, my own junior brother, Pate Jiba. And of course, members of the media are also present here. I can see representatives from the Point newspaper, the Standard newspaper, Zoom TV, as well as my humble self from a friend of the CEO from GRTS. So once again, you are all welcome. It's also good to acknowledge, because as the saying goes, behind every successful man, there is a woman. On that note, our dear Kadi, the wife of the CEO, is also here with us. Madam Kadi, it's a pleasure having you in our midst here. Before going or taking much of the time, I will now invite Mrs. Mariama Jobate, the Secretary of the company, to give us the welcoming remarks. Sibo, you're welcome. Yes, please stand here.
Can you help me with the mic, please?
Yes.
Brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you help me? Okay. Sorry, where is it, the other?
Yora wala lang ka microphone. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, valuable partners, welcome you all to this momentous occasion to the launch of a Fire Safety Company Limited, a beacon of excellence in fire safety. Today, we gather here not just to celebrate the birth of a company, but to underscore an unwavering commitment to protecting lives and properties. Our mission today is very clear: to provide a cutting-edge issue in fire safety solutions that transcend industrial standards. At the heart of Fire Safety Company, there lies a dedicated professionals, each with their wealth of knowledge in various disciplines. These individuals are not just employees, but they are architects of a safer tomorrow. I am delighted to introduce the visionary minds behind Fire Safety Company Limited, who brings an unparalleled knowledge to this, our cause. Of course, they are no other person but Mr. Babukar Jabi and Mr. Dauda Samba. Their leadership will ensure Fire Safety Company Limited in the forefront and ready to tackle challenges of today and tomorrow. There is a lot more to say, but to conclude here, I invite each and every one of you to be part of this journey. Of course, it's not an easy task getting a company registered and working. So we are envisaging all partners to get to us and help us in this journey. Therefore, explore our offspring, engage our team, and join hands in creating a world where threats of fire is met with preparedness and resilience. Thank you for being here, and here to a safer and a brighter future with Fire Safety Company Limited. And as the saying goes, where it started all, that's where it should end. But for this, we are starting it today, and we envisage each and everyone that is present here to join the cause. Thank you very much. How do I do that?
Anyway. Well, I doubt if there'll be a better secretary than Madam Mariam Jabate. We thank you very much for giving us those welcoming remarks. Ever grateful to people like hardworking and committed young ladies of this country. I'll now invite Mr. Yahya Sonko from the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services to also deliver a statement. Mr. Sonko, you're welcome.
Good afternoon, the High Table. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, media fraternity. Good afternoon to you all. It's just a great opportunity for me to stand before you people to say a few remarks about the great launching of this very important initiative in this country. In my memory, as I can recall, since I joined the brigade in 1990, up to date, I never witnessed such an event like this. So this grand launching will not only is the fire service, but the general public. Because if you make it fire safety is everybody's business. Make sure because anytime you are in your house, even before going to bed, you have to do fire safety tips before you go to bed. so that in the event of fire outbreak, the impact will be very, very, very minimal. And the extinguisher that is displayed behind me here, those are very important at the initial stage of fire growth. Fire has different levels, but early stage of fire, you can able to extinguish and save millions, save your life, save millions of your property that you have been struggling for more than decades. So it must be not the fire service. Fire service, we don't want to respond to fire. We want people to know the safety tips of fire prevention. We want they told that this fire is happened, but we control it. You just come there and take the details, whereby we work on your insurance, where you insure your property. The fire service recommendation will give that insurance company to compensate you. Not also put our mind, anytime there is fire outbreak, that doesn't mean that fire service didn't go, we will not call them. Call us, even though you extinguish the fire. Well, there are a very important document that is from our office. Without that, you cannot get it. And even your money is bond, even 100 million, halfway, we able to, central bank have the document from us, they have the numbers, they will refund back all your money back to you. So don't say fire service didn't come, we extinguish the fire, that's we're going to stop. We need on a level, it might be difficult. But Abubakar, thank you very much for this initiative. We have started a journey with him. And we want that journey also to be like this. Yeah, we want to do that great launching also in the Gambia. So he's a patriotic citizen, and we endeavor, every Gambian, you have the chance here in diaspora, work closely. You are not supporting the government, you are supporting your community. We want our community to be safer. Anytime there is fire service can able to respond. And if we cannot respond, but if these fire safety tips are available within your houses, maybe our act we are working on, when it's properly validated, it must be a requirement. Everybody needs to have this fire safety in this thing. And we will work with him. Anytime such companies come, whatever, sometimes like central bank, like they will say, we want this fire, this thing, they will call for different companies. Central bank will send the document to my office as the admin. We have to scrutinize the document and give you our recommendation based on ABC. There are certain things we are looking at that particular document. If you see it there, it attracts us. So we obviously said, now you can work on this one because he have ABC, he have advantage over this thing. So I employ Babukar, the journey will not stop. You can still engage us anytime you need. Our doors are open. Luckily, our PRO was a schoolmate. So you have very good networking already established. Interior is already there. You have worked with them. So definitely this will be an easy journey. And I wish you all the endeavors, and may God help you and protect your department and the entire staff. Thank you very much.
Let's once again clap for Mr. Yaya Sonko, representative of Rescue Services. A round of applause for him, please. Mr. Sonko, thank you very much for those wonderful remarks. As the marketing has already started. Well, that is the essence of having a good team. The central bank, if a request for anything, if the fire and rescue services can attest and direct them to your company, that is a plus. Well, as you said, our junior brother sitting right behind you will do the rest of the marketing for us. Well, we still on the program. I will now use this opportunity to invite Mr. Alaji Seka from the Ministry of Interior to do the official launching for us. Mr. Seka, you're welcome for the official launching. You want to hold the mic?
Yeah, it's always in there.
Okay. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. Yeah. Good afternoon. The Assistant Chief Officer, Mr. Yahya Sonko, Ebule accompanied by the Public Relations Officer, the CEO, Fire and Safety Company Limited, Abubakar Jabi, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, all other protocols duly and respectfully observed. I'm pleased to stand before you on behalf of my Permanent Secretary, Mr. Santangara, via the Honorable Minister of Interior, to ably represent him here today on the grand launching of Fire and Safety Company Limited, headed by Abubakar Jabi. Abubakar Jabi is not a new guy to the Minister of Interior. His face is very familiar, and we have been working hand in glove with him since the inception of his Operation No Bagway to Europe, of which he happens to be the Executive Secretary. And you can see the activeness in him and his patriotism in him. And the ministry really recognized his efforts in ensuring that his mandate as the CEO then was executed to the letter. Going by the subject proper, I know the serious and the fullers might be hungry by now, but notwithstanding, just allow me to to deliberate on the intent today, which definitely we are very pleased. And it is clearly stated here, join us in building a safer Gambia. Whosoever is calling as a patriotic Gambia wanted to build a safer Gambia. Obviously, I don't think any other institution will dare hesitate to delay in supporting giving all the needed support, ensuring that our lives and properties are safe. And the likes of Abubakar Jabi, who with his great enthusiasm ensuring that, look, I'm a Gambian, I need to come up with something in ensuring that my people are safe out there. The ministry won't hesitate to give him all the needed support, inshallah, in ensuring that all his dreams and ambitions, in ensuring that his company runs the way it's supposed to, partnering and beefing up the strength of the fire service, we will definitely appreciate it. We're currently working on the Fire Service Act, which have gone far, and among the highlighted issues there is ensuring that people's properties and lives are safe by having what? Having the right equipments and gears at their disposals. And then that will definitely equip the individual to know what you're supposed to do when it strikes. We all know that disaster is as old as mankind, and we can't stop it completely, but we can mitigate it and ensuring that when it strikes, the danger involved will be very minimal. And in so doing, is ensuring that the right ideas, the right tools are in place. And this is a way forward in ensuring that we are safe and our properties are safe. So we need to commend Abubakar Jabi for this, and rest assured that we will give you all the needed support as a ministry, and through our line department, which is of course the technical arm of the ministry. I believe this is not the first time. In fact, few months last year, I could remember, you did bring in trainees, and then they taught about almost about 40 to 50 firefighters as TOTs in ranges of firefighting modules, ranging from practical firemanship, fire investigation, among others, which definitely we see the dividend it has paid to the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. So we definitely commend you for that great initiative, and keep it up. Though it's better to be late than never, though we can say it's late, but I mean, it's better to be late than never, and then we'll obviously go by our space provided and ensure that, inshallah, we will reach one day somehow. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you once again, Mr. Alaji Seka, from the Minister of Interior, for the official launch statement. I believe, as you just rightly stated, with the support of the technical arm of your ministry, that the Fire Rescue Services, in collaboration with the Fire Safety Company Gambia Limited, will definitely, the collaboration will go a long way in allaying our fears of some of the disasters that we see in this country. We now invite the CEO, Mr. Walker Jabi, to help us with a brief video presentation. You are all to face this other side, the screen, so that the CEO himself can demonstrate a little bit of his skills for us. CEO? Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you. I have to use this. Wait.
Good afternoon, everybody. I have to thank each and every one of you for coming. Before that, I want to recognize the presence of the Gambia Fire Service, of course, also the Ministry of Interior, and then the President France chapter, NPP France chapter. Of course, I am her Secretary General too. So they decided to also come and attend this noble cause. You have to excuse my language. Being out of the country for 9 years, I think my English is now fading. Because where I live, I only hear French, Portuguese, and Wolof. And these Wolofs are from Senegal. So if I may speak a blunder, don't just take me for granted. Huh? I can recognize Sirifo Janko, who is from the Point. He's now an editor at the Point newspaper. He was my classmate. We were science students. I don't know how he diverted his course to be a journalist. Yoro also was my classmate at Muslim Senior Secondary School. Of course, the fire service PRO also he was my classmate too. Mr. Pati Jiva, thank you for coming. I want to recognize my able brother, who is also the CEO of Zoom TV. I'm very proud person today. My brother is the one covering our event, Alaji. This Zoom TV is also their initiative, so I'm really grateful that he's also here attending a program that I'm also launching. I want to recognize my in-laws also. They have been represented. You are welcome. And my able wife, who is behind all this success, because without her, this thing would not go. Okay, to cut the long story short, I was working here. I created an organization that was called the Operation No Backway to Europe, of course, which was actually recognized by the Gambia government. The president himself the former president have to give a directive that the Ministry of Interior should support me 100%. Of course, Alaji was part of me when I started the Operation No Backway to Europe, until I hand the baton to other people. So I don't know how far they are with this organization now. And then I left for France. And when I leave for France, I said to myself, I'm here, what can I do for myself? Before I talk about my country, I think of myself first. I say, what can I do as a profession? After securing my residence, I decided to do a formation. In French, we call it formation. That is the SIAP. That is fire safety. If you want to translate that, would be fire safety. But in French, we call it SIAP, System Security Incendie Assistant à Personne. This assistant à person is system. Of course, we all know what is system. Security, we know what is security. You have to secure yourself first before securing anything. Assistant a person means, you have to you want to help individuals. Then from individuals, you can help your country, you can help industries, you can help the government. And this is what I am into. And what we do in France and here is totally different. Because my first visit to Gambia, what I checked was the airport. The security system at the airport was, in terms of fire controls, is zero compared to Europe. I have visited many offices, including the Ministry of Interior, the police headquarters, some banks. But the system in terms of fire safety are not in place. So when I went back to France, I have to be strong enough. Sometimes I would not have to eat food. I have to work 12 hours or more. Sometimes I do work because the work is not that much difficult. Sometimes it's difficult, especially when there are international football matches. You have to go to the stadium 5 hours before the event proper starts. And those things are not happening here. When there is a match at our football field, people will just come randomly, go to the stadium, sit down and watch. Anything can happen. Stampede can happen. Fire outbreak can happen. Anything can happen. People can collapse. For instance, now, if somebody collapses here, but me, I can use my skills to make this individual come back to normal before the ambulance system will arrive. This is what I want to bring into this country. And then the fire extinguishers that I see here, maybe can you show us some of the fire extinguishers, Well, okay, it's okay. And to be candid enough, we have different class of fire. We have up to A, B, C, D, E. But in the Gambia, we concentrate on only one. Only one. And that one is a powder. There are fire outbreaks that can come. A powdered one cannot put that fire off. So we are using one kind of fire extinguisher. This in the Gambia. If you go anywhere, this is the only type you will see. And even whereas these things are in our offices, in our houses, are we trained enough to use them? A layman cannot just come and see this, you want to use it. No, there are ways of using it. For instance, I'm not praying. If there is a fire outbreak here, this is the fire extinguisher that is available. In Europe, like now, France, where I am, or where my intervention areas are. This one, I'm sorry, maybe this is somebody's product. This is somebody's product, I don't know. I'm not trying to discourage, but what I see is what I'm talking of. How would I use this? When they brought this to my office, are we trained to use it? Do we have somebody who will use this in terms of fire? A layman cannot just come and spray this. No, you have to alevely guppy, test, prick it, and then test. Then it will go. If at all it is usable. For instance, for example, this one. Voilà. Do think it. No, okay, 3. For instance, here, look at the sealing system. This one is been professionally sealed. You can see the blue thing there. It's been sealed. That means nobody use it. But this one is not sealed. It's not sealed. So you cannot attack a fire with this. For instance, this one also is totally out of service. And when you are displaying something that is totally out of service in your premise, I'm not here for lectures. I'm just trying to demonstrate and then show how much I know this before I want to intervene, before I For instance, in Internata, right now, I will put this thing down. This is to show me or anybody who is trained as a fire warding that this one is not in use. The same thing to this one also, because I'm better. Now what I will do is, I will have to call my PC. PC, that means in English is signals. I have to call my signals. I will identify myself, the position I am. There is this fire that is provoking. And the fire distance gives us, in my disposals, are not good. So now, the PC that I call would be my boss. He would be the person to use his discretion on what to do. That is, if there is no other solution, what he will do straight is to call the fire service. You've just mentioned it here. In France, wheresoever fire service respond, that means the fire is out of hand. But in any event, it is us first before the fire service. So I deem it necessary for me to come and do the same thing. That is why I display myself in uniform there. Because all my staffs, when we start the work proper, are going to be dressed like this. We will have our walkie-talkies that we will be communicating. We will have all our materials at our disposal. That is the rear. Robinet, incendie, armée. But this one, if the fire is going, this is what we use. That's the rear. To put off the fire. It depends on what class of fire is. It's an officer member on the ground. It's about be use lone nola before it be intervene. The class of the fire mem provoked fanola. Then you call the fire service. And then we have the SSC also. SSC almost signal, almost material that me alonko. Board long is a board wherein a better database little. For instance, if we are the one protecting here with fire, we have to put our fire detector up. For instance, nin smoke nata kafinti. This smoke, this material will alert, send a signal to our bureau, our office, that in this room, so there is a provocation of fire. So until we also have a system, Bundal Mulialonko, they are fireproof lom. Bundani si malano until 100 degrees. Lindimbabu bunkono for 100 degrees. Utumolo is no longer safe for you to enter. But before you enter to intervene, you have to do this testing. You have to touch the door, the handle, the door handles. If they are hot, that means you are not entering. But if it is cold, you can enter. And then finally, after somebody went missing, you don't know whether electric shock Lesotho. Before you intervene, you don't just have to run. You will call the PC to off the general lighting system before you can intervene. So until Nata Walla, it's not just that we want to sell the materials. We will sell these materials and train our men who will be 24 hours round the clock monitoring the premises that we are securing in terms of fire safety. So I don't want to talk much. I want to end here, and I thank you all for your kind attention. You can see this is Toulouse. This is Toulouse Football Club stadium, Toulouse Stadium. After the football, you will see the journalists will interview the footballers and the coaches. So inside this container is where they interview the people. And I am in my position with my material that if there is fire, I will have to intervene. But you can see here, there is a whistle. There is a whistle, but I think my tag is covering my whistle. And this whistle, if I cannot do, the fire service are just behind. I will just the fire service will know that code, this one, there is something abnormal. Until they will come and intervene. And here, like I said, until the premises are secure 24 hours. You can see here is a shopping mall. Here is a big shopping mall. Until we are there 24 hours. Sometimes I will be here 12 hours. Somebody will come and relieve me. So these are the kind of systems we need in Gambia. So So Allah Barakabak, I thank you all for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, CEO Jardin, for that brilliant dinner there. I know the PRO will hire you for another session as you did for them the last time. PRO, if I'm right, his services, whenever they are needed, I think his door is open, depending on his availability. So on that note, once again, a round of applause for the CEO for that brilliant demo. Now, we've now come to the final of the program. And before we end this session, I'll now call on Ada Joyce Conte to deliver the vote of thanks.
That's my girl.
Good afternoon once again. On behalf of Fire and Safety Company Limited, I want to say thank you to everybody for attending. We are so happy that you attended our opening, and we appreciate you all. We have our contact numbers, and we want you to keep our phones busy. Please disturb us with your calls, because your safety is our priority. And I believe you guys have learned a lot about how to keep your houses and companies and workplaces safe. So once again, I say thank you. À la barka, Jerejev, merci beaucoup. Jara Mabui. Thank you so much. We thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Well, very solemn, precise vote comes there. Ladies and gentlemen, we now Mr. Janko and team, if you have any question for the CEO or anybody else in the company, you can file your questions. The CEO is readily available to answer your questions before we finally close of the ceremony.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sheriff Janko from The Point. First of all, I want to thank Mr. Jabi for coming up with this laudable initiative. I think these are the type of companies we need in this country, looking at the number of fatalities related to fire incidents, especially during the night. So, but my first question is, from the banner, the items displayed on this banner, it seems that you are ready for business. But how do you intend to work with the Gambia Fire and Rescue Services with regards to combating fire incidents in this country? My second question is, how many, in terms of number, how many Gambians are you trying to put on your payroll? The number of people you want to train in this country?
Thank you very much. What a very good question. Your question one was, how do I intend to work with the Gambia Fire Service? I think before, in fact, I initiate in launching this company, I have been liaising with the Gambia Fire Service last year, and I went straight to their training school. We did a training of trainers, in terms of this fire safety. So I trained some of their officers, and then they really appreciate it, and then they have some little bit knowledge on how to put preliminary fires off. And then your second question is, how many Gambians are going to be on my payroll? This is a business. It depends on if Senegambia Beach Hotel is hiring my service. This is depending on how much fire extinguishers do they need from us? How much RIAs do they need? Do they need a PC from us? That is the, fire surveillance office. If they need all these things, if there are 100 places to watch at Senegambia, it means I am going to employ 100 Gambians. So this is how we are going to operate. We are going to operate according to contracts. If I have contract, then I will call in for people who are interested, and we train them, then we employ them. If your question is answered.
Anyone, Jeremy, you want to ask a question? Okay. Oh, okay. This guy is from Senegambia.
Very well.
Thank you.
I think I can hear him mentioning Senegambia.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Jabi, my question is, it's very challenging to start such, especially in our this, how it is like. You've experienced it at the airport, you said, when you come, going through to search for some of the things of why you want to bring this. Also, you've been to so many banks, as you said. It's a very big challenge, bringing new things like you are just initiating now. How much prepared are you for the challenges of trying to bring new things into this very small country?
That's a very good question. How ready are you for the challenge? You just mentioned Senegambia and the whole representatives behind.
I recognize that he's from Senegambia. For instance, invite me in Senegambia tomorrow. I will do my survey, and I can tell you how ready I am. Today you sign a contract of 100,000 with me. I bring you 100,000 materials from France. And these are very new ones, if Senegambia can afford to buy them.
My question may not be answered. That one, I know that we have a long way to go. That's not actually my point of question that I may want you to help. Because my concern is the sustenance to such of a beginner with the challenges. Because we are in the local community presently, we are coming up trying to build up new things. As we can see, we want to be part of the advanced world. That this one, as a beginner, that I know is not going to be easy on you. It's maybe looking fine to start something, but it may not be easy to sustain it in trying to make it live for long. For so many people will be looking at you. We are here inaugurating it today. It may look very nice in an environment, but outside it's going to be very noisy on you. And this is challenges. These are the challenges I mean, because locally when you want to bring new things, you dare to be ready to face a lot of challenges. And challenges may be on the equipments, and then the pressure of not understanding exactly what you're trying to bring as a new thing. All those ones are included. You, as the beginner of this very project, I am very concerned and worried a little. I know you'll be able to make it because you are also very young. You're coming up and I know you are ready for it. Going outside, you were here, and then coming back with a new thing. I know that you are very prepared for this. But then my challenge that I mean is you who want to bring at least a smile to the Gambians and then give them a safe environment, The youths coming and then relying on you for a broader, like a company of where they are going to get their life from. How much, if things may not be as you are expected, how much ready are you for this very big challenge, I mean?
I think to summarize the question is still boiled back to how ready are you for the challenge?
I can assure you that I am 100% ready, and I am a person that never discourages, because we started discouraging. In fact, some of us started discouraging at the beginning here, but I was not discouraged. I was just confused. I was just nervous because I am no longer used to that Gambian system. When we say 12 o'clock, I will come 15 minutes before 12. But I am never discouraged. I am still on my feet. So that is number one challenge as a beginner. Maybe you don't know Mr. Jabi. This operation No Back Way, when I started it, there was a permanent secretary. I will not name a name. He just says, Sumaraka yo do dem ut ligay. Ngana an operation No Back Way to Europe. And that permanent secretary become a minister. Manak mom, bentaya jame executive ka dan lo dame airport ka ya jame say khan before dunna play no kono. Munema Sumaraka yo naka nga def be nga ñew fi. Mané ko ne the courage I have. That's what brought me here. So, and I want to make sure this thing also, I will fight it to tooth and nail to make it happen. Because I have the material, I have the know-how, I know how to get those materials, sophisticated materials here in this country. I'm just praying for contracts, but discourage. That one is out of his. I'm Boubacar Jabi, known as Factors.
I think, okay. On that note, we'll now come to the end of the program, and this is where we're going to draw the curtains of this grand launching ceremony of the Fire and Safety Company of the Gambia. On behalf of the CEO, I will use this opportunity to thank members of the high table, our Aisa Silla from NPP France chapter, Laji Seka from the Ministry of Interior, Yahya Sonko from the Fire and Rescue Services, PRO Patijiba, and members of and family members of Mr. Jabi and his staffs as well as members of the media fraternity. On behalf of myself, of course, I'm a friend and a brother of Mr. Jabi. As you all know, we were classmates. We are many here. But I will also take this opportunity to thank once again our little brother, the PRO, the Fire and Rescue Services PRO, for also opening the gates for Mr. Jabi. Because as the saying goes, the journey of thousands began with a mile, or whatever you like to call it. On that note, we thank you very much. Next on the program is refreshment. So the Jabi Kundankas can just allow it.